can't deny it. I mean, it was, it's just, you can't deny that.
Supposedly, Dwight, Kitty, and I think they were trying to work. They trying to mend fences with old boys so they can all do a Devato commercial.
Oh man, you clowning.
Oh, what commercial?
Devato.
Oh, wait, say it one more time.
You ain't seen those commercials. They were like, I take Devato and my levels have gone down.
What is Devato? I don't even know what you're talking about. What is Devato?
It's an AIDS medication. They show the commercials where the two guys be on the beach hugging.
Oh, okay. So I'm like,
they be on the beach
hugging
with a picnic basket.
Stereotypical. No, that is a very stereotypical joke that you're making, as if AIDS is not transmitted in heterosexual people.
I only said that because in the commercial they have two men and they have two women, but they show heterosexual couples as well, but they definitely highlight the non-heterosexual couples. And the point that I was trying to make, albeit a very, very bad joke, but one that I liked, was the fact that may be the only endorsement deal he's getting.
Oh man!
No, you know what they said? He got endorsed. No.
Oh yeah, that's right. He got endorsed.
He got endorsed by Ben Gay.
Yeah, I've been gay.
Ben Gay.
Oh my
and
God!
I said, you know what? Just throw the whole internet away. I hate it. Just throw the whole internet away.
All
whole
I got to
thing.
say is this on these
because
on
there's
Dwight
no.
Howard.
But the toxic masculinity, particularly around, I'm guessing the toxic masculinity in professional sports, particularly basketball, football, probably does not allow for him to be his true self. And I don't know if we'll ever find that space in society, because you clearly have people living these double lives, and you're just like, well, shit, if you could just be who you are, like, you'll save a lot of heartache and pain. Just be who you are. Show up as who you are.
You know what's crazy? This is gonna sound crazy. I actually think that it is now more acceptable in football, which is more of a barbaric, manly sport, than it is in basketball. And I say that because I know of an individual who has came out in college, right? Played in the NFL for quite some time and just decided to no longer play. But everybody knew about it. Everybody knew. Nobody had a problem. Nobody said anything. But I still think from a basketball perspective, I still think it's very, very. I mean, it's taboo. Period in terms of athletics, but I still think from a basketball perspective, it's even more so. Like, you had John Amaechi and you had Jaron or Jason Collins, one of the twins, who said they, But aside from that, you haven't had a whole bunch of basketball players say that, to come out and say it. Anyway.
There's no space for them because Draymond might put him in a chokehold.
Yeah.
No, he won't. Yeah. He. First of all.
Well, your favorite player, is back. There's a scuffle. What? 2 minutes into the game? 3 minutes into the game?
I'm not sure. I don't even remember how much time.
I thought like 45 seconds into the game.
I mean, it was quick into the game.
Yeah.
There's a scuffle between Clay and another player. I don't know who the other player was.
Last name is McDaniels. Plays for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Jaden McDaniels, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, I saw Karl Anthony Towns, but I didn't know who was in the midst of it. But there's a scuffle. They're pulling on each other. Rudy Gobert comes, and what it looked like to me was he was trying to separate them. So he was pulling one player off the other player. And in this quick thought, Draymond says, go get him. and for what seems like the next 25 minutes begins to have Rudy Gobert in a chokehold, taking him from one end of the court to the other of Debo fashion. I don't understand it. It feels like somewhere along the line, somebody said to Draymond, "You ain't tough," and he spent his last 5 years trying to prove to us he tough. Like that's what it feels like to me.
Because he ain't tough. So, his fellow Michigan
Well,
boy,
I
but
don't
he
know
ain't
him,
tough.
so I don't know if he is or he isn't. But it just feels like the situation. It's like, wait, how did we get here? Like, how did you just escalate here from that? It just does. Like even with the Jordan Poole thing, it's like, what did you just do?
Hey, he just turned like Pac and Bishop, you know what I'm saying? And Juice. When he turned to Bishop, Pac was two different niggas. He was holla if you hear me before Juice. After that, nigga was Thug Life. So I mean,
so do you find what he did appropriate?
I personally do. I think what he did was very appropriate because he grabbed his teammate. When you grab my teammate, if you grab my teammate, I'm gonna fire on you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna protect my teammates. I'm not mad at that. G, that's his teammate though, bro.
It didn't have. He was separate. It's this. We weren't like I said. This wasn't no street fight. This was not a street. This is a basketball game.
It's a basketball game.
People fight, and the other person grabs them and they separate them and they act like they really want to fight, but don't nobody really want to throw a punch, so they can't wait for somebody to get in between them. Like they just gonna grab each other's jersey and wrestle. That's it. So now the fact that I still say he only did that because it was Rudy Gobert.
What? Rudy Gobert shouldn't have been so weak. Yeah, Frenchman.
So weak. You don't expect nobody to come jump on your back and put you in a chokehold in a basketball game.
No, I didn't say that getting in a chokehold was weak. I know Rudy Gobert is weak. He's just weak.
What I'm saying is,
why do we think Rudy Gobert is weak? I don't know.
Because he's a stinky Frenchman.
Oh boy, I didn't say that. Everybody, I didn't say that. Maybe
so we don't think like we don't.
Dan, I may say some things of a sexist nature from time to time. The LGBTQ community may not necessarily be my friend, but people, I am no racist.
That wasn't racist. That was nationalist.
Oh, I'm sorry. There we go.
Yeah, what racist?
Sorry. Nationalist. I'm sorry. That's correct.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
he's a stinky Frenchman. Oh, goodness.
Oh, God. Yeah. But that's why, because if you watch it in real time, all Draymond saw was the Rudy Gobert reached at Clay, and that's all he wanted. That's all he needed to see. And because he didn't even have Clay long, to be honest with you.
Not long enough for you to do that.
He didn't have.
That's the whole
point. He had. I mean,
that was cat-like.
The scuffle between it was literally like a little dust up. It was gonna die down, whatever it was. Draymond just came out of nowhere. It was like, dude, what are you doing? He just came out of nowhere and put that grown man in a chokehold that lasted for what it seemed like 25 minutes. Right. I don't understand. I don't understand.
Well, he now has a hot 5 games to sit at home and ponder it.
Is that what his final suspension was? Yep, I didn't know what they finally came out and said.
5 games. It just came out.
So at some point, I mean, I would guess that there's something happening here with Draymond. Like these anger, it feels like he has anger issues. It feels like, and what they're describing as passion doesn't feel like passion to me. That feels like unmanaged anger. And I'm just wondering who has the responsibility to deal with that appropriately.
Man, what you seeing is Eddie King from the 5 Heartbeats when he realized that his career was about over. Yeah. He was outside.
I was about to say, but he said it better than me.
Talking about nights like this, I wish raindrops would fall.
Girl, you had to know better than that. You had it better than he did.
Yeah, like, that's the point. Right. Yeah, but the point I'm trying to make is, that's what I think. Like what you're seeing now is the band is almost about to break up. It's almost over. The fat lady is tuning up, and when that starts to happen, you don't necessarily know how to cope with it. Like, I mean, my goodness, he almost got more salt and pepper in his beard than I do, and he is
younger than you,
drastically younger than me.
Right.
I was coaching when Draymond was a senior in high school. It was like right before I moved to Texas. So I mean, I just think that because as an athlete, you can sense when the end is near. Now, like, you may not like it, but you can sense that it's near. And I think that he can sense that it's near. So, in an effort to try to leave with the quote unquote legacy, I think that's what he's doing. But who knows? I could be way off base.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I like the old dog in the yard. He gon' bark and bite now. When he wouldn't just bark, now he's gonna bite because he's the old dog in the yard. You know what I'm saying? It happens.
How long has he been in the league?
Damn.
At least
10
years.
At least 10 years.
I'm not sure.
God
damn. I mean, he was like in college in 2009 or 2010 or something. Well, maybe I could be wrong.
Okay.
I was about to say, I'm looking that up right now because that's crazy. All right, overview. Come on, get out my way. Man, they ain't showing me that crap.
He was drafted in 2012 or 2012.
So. Yeah.
So okay. Yeah. So 11 years.
Yeah.
So I thought, he was drafted in 2012.
Yep. 11 years. So that's when you on that other side of the hill, because just because LeBron played 21 years, it ain't no more LeBrons. It ain't no more LeBrons.
Well, he doesn't have a LeBron skill set. His skill set is predicated on hustle, determination, and doing the small things. And as you get older, it becomes harder to do those small things the way you used to do them. Doesn't mean you can't do it in short spurts, but you can't usually maintain that for the length of a game or the length of an 82-game season, even in the playoffs. Let's just even throw that in there.
No doubt. Hey, all I gotta say is I respect Draymond for putting him in the headlock. He did it for all the Americans.
I just don't think he would have done that to, like I said, had that been Nas Reed, Anthony Edwards, some of the other players on that team, I don't think he would have done that. He saw Rudy and he knew Rudy wasn't gonna fight back, and he could do that to him. But that's why I consider it a whole ass move. So let me just say it. That's why I consider it that.
Well, nobody could fight back if they're in a chokehold. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, but if I'm demonstrably smaller than you, but if I come and get you in a chokehold, you can't fight back.
But if you jump on my back and get me in a chokehold, guess what? Because I am a lot larger than you, I'm going to flip you over. That's my first. Or guess what? It's gonna be like WWE. I'm just gonna drop. I'm gonna jump up in there and drop all the way back, and I'm gonna land on top of you.
But gee, you gotta.
Now, what I would say more is not that he didn't think Rudy was gonna do anything else in that moment. More so, I would think that he knew Rudy probably wouldn't do anything at all.
That's my point. He knew he's not going to do anything.
Right. You have some people that he would have gotten a choker that couldn't have moved either, right? Because Rudy's not a small person. He's not, minuscule. But when it was over, they was gonna have beef forever. Oh, yeah, for sure. Right? It was gonna be he was gonna get followed to the team bus.
Right. Right.
Like if you would have did that to somebody else. They're just people with that type of cut and caliber that are in the NBA. So I think that's a different, I don't know who could have done what if they're in that chokehold like that. I mean, it was that was terrible. But I do think that it becomes like, oh, okay. Because if you did this to somebody else, it's going to be every time on site.
Right.
On site.
Yep.
I'm going to have to say that, unfortunately, you guys are wrong, that everybody can get out of that chokehold, according to my good friend from Detroit, who shows everybody how to disarm criminals.
I can't remember that nigga name. Oh, man.
And when the gun is pointed at your head, grab the trigger finger twist, pull, undo the clip, and punch and run. Yeah, okay.
Who is this person?
You know the
dude,
security dude who teach all those dumbass security moves.